Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining on time. I hope you can see me and see my screen and hear my voice. A little feedback would be great. I'm switching between mics. I hope you can hear me. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Sharafat. All right, Ankit and Mohammed for the feedback. All right, we'll give it a couple of minutes for everyone to join. A couple wrapping up their work. Some of them having technical issues. So a couple of minutes, and we will kick off the session. But meanwhile, let's have a chat. Um, Tell me if you have Copilot license. Raise your hand if you have Copilot license. All right, only Sarah? All right, thanks, Mohammed. So only Sarah has the license, yeah? Which means you haven't tried it. Unless you tried the free version, maybe. Yeah, but I assume you all have tried ChatGPT. Yeah? So type in the chat or raise your hand if you tried any generative AI like, I don't know, Gemini, ChatGPT. Brilliant, brilliant. All right. A lot of hands. Right, thank you, thank you. You may lower your hand. Right. So as I said, we'll wait for a couple of minutes. But meanwhile, this session is dedicated for scenario-based demos, right? I'm going to lower your hands from my end. So we're going to do a quick poll to know which scenarios you're interested in seeing today. But before that, a little bit about myself. Well, name is Ayman Khalifa. I've been around training and consultancy since 2008. I deliver courses, trainings, services within the IT domain in several subdomains, from software engineering, cloud computing, AI, cybersecurity, and so on. I like my sessions to be interactive. So if you have any question at any point of time, feel free to ask right away. Although there will be Q&A at the end, but please engage and interact. The more we engage, the more we maximize the benefit out of this session, and that's what we want. Worst case scenario, you will ask me a question I don't know the answer to. Well, it's a chance for me to learn something new. So please be generous with your questions. Because even if I don't know the answer, well, Copilot is going to answer all of our questions. So please engage and let's interact. If you're active in LinkedIn, feel free to link me in. I'll be more than happy to help and assist after the session. If you have any questions, any discussions, let's take it offline. All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to need you to join the poll. So scan the QR code if you're joining from your phone, or if you want a link to simply click on and join the poll, well, the link will be on the chat area. I see the numbers increasing. People are scanning. Yeah, Moza, did you find the link? And if you're joining us from your phone, it's simply to click on the link. Or if you couldn't see the link or click on it for any reason, feel free to go to wooclap.com and then enter the code LearnMate. That's Learn M8. LearnMate. All right. Just give it a minute for everyone to join. Paul. Yeah, we're 11 now. It's great. Okay. Now, 11. However, we're 19 and called, so will the rest join us, or do you have any technical issue joining the poll? Let me know so we can help before we start the poll. Basically, scan the QR code. If you can't scan it because you're using your phone, click on the link on the chat window. 13, we're getting there. $14, almost there. Thanks for the thumb up. Joined successfully. I entered the code on the website, but it's the same. I can't join. Well, you can. Code over here. Just make sure it's capital. And let me know. Yeah. All good, Mozo? All right. So let's begin. So on your device, appear now. And the reason behind this vote is to make sure which personas you want to prioritize. Because even we have 2 hours, but then it's not enough to cover everything. So even from every persona, we're just gonna light on certain areas. Maybe I share with you a full presentation for that persona that interests you. And then we carry on and proceed learning after the session. So we got 5 from IT. We got 1 marketing. All right. 7 have voted so far. What about the rest? IT is increasing. All right, 9 voted. There's a timer for this activity. We got 1 HR and about 54 seconds left for this vote. You see, the idea is to make you in charge of how this webinar will be conducted, all right? And I've posted in LinkedIn, and the interaction I got was similar to this result we see here. It was more information technology marketing and human resources. I got operations as well. Not much of a customer service or sales. Someone mentioned retail, but I didn't know. I believe they mean sales. So all right. So we're going to begin with information technology, move on to marketing or HR, and then time allows us, we will explore different other what do you call it? What you call it? Personalities or personas. Sorry. All right. Thank you for participating in this, and let's begin. All right. Someone is writing here finance, finance. Why not? Why not Animesh, if I'm not, and Naga? Yes, sure. Sure. We'll add that as well. But first of all, let's begin with simple stuff. And then we move on to the persona more details. So let me get my gears up. All right. One more activity before we carry on. And this is up to you. Decide to use Copilot. You can use Copilot if you have the license, but then you can use any other tool if you don't have the license. All right. So we're gonna design together an employee starter kit badge. Right. So I will be sharing with you the prompt, and you will use the prompt to design your badge. So you will modify the prompt based on the placeholders that I have on my prompt, and then maybe you arrive at something like this. Why not? We will all have similar feelings. So you will modify the skin tone, the body type, and then write your name, your position, all right? You're all going to have Microsoft 365 Copilot Starter Kit, but then you're in control of the icons that appears over here as part of the prompt. Are you ready? All right, let me share the prompt with you. Allow me a second. It's a very long prompt and you need to modify it. Let's begin there. And that's part of marketing as well, isn't it? Because you will be needing to create some artifacts using Copilot. Yeah. Allow me a second to paste my prompt. This is the wrong window. There you go. Have you tried generating images using Gen AI tools? Pick the mic or type in the chat or all right. Or say yes. Okay, so that's the prompt. This will be your input. Okay, this is me modifying my content. All right, that's my input here, the way you want the body type. But then when you move down here, you're gonna type your name and then your role, right? So copy this one, modify it, paste it, share the results with us. Right? Share the results with us on the chat window. And I believe 5 minutes should be more than enough for this activity. I shared the prompt in the chat, Moza. For a reason, the chat doesn't appear at your end. Okay, yeah, because of your security permission, you're not seeing the content that I'm pasting. So if you like, you can write a similar prompt like the one I have in here. All right, and share with us. But this is too long. You can summarize it. That's at your end. The solution is at your end. Your IT team plugged it. But the rest of the guys here, they can see the chat and they interact with me. I believe so. Okay, I have another solution for you. All right, bear with me. I will share with you one website URL. Access this URL and you will get the same prompt I have, so you can copy it from your URL. Okay. All right, wait a second. There you go. Now I need you to access this website. CodeShare. Just a second. CodeShare and type the URL. Make sure it's case sensitive. Yeah. So make sure you go for 2K, capital K, 9, capital Q, capital E, and then A. So the website is codeshare.io/2K9QEA. It's case sensitive. The minute you type this code correctly, you will arrive at the prompt. Then you can copy the prompt and paste it at your environment or at your Copilot or at your favorite tool. Oops, there you go. Yep, you're copying. I can see it. Brilliant. Or that's someone else, maybe. right, I'm waiting for the pictures that you generated. No one posted any pictures so far. Did you try it, or what's going on at your end? We agreed that this session must be interactive. So please don't treat me like YouTube, multitasking while you're listening to what I'm saying. It's not gonna work. Looks like there was a glitch when I tried to generate the image earlier. I can certainly try again. Show the badge feature that the friendly property. Yes. Yes, you can answer. There's a question. Say I don't have no preferences and then carry on. And if you want to customize it, customize it. Yeah. I didn't go in details. The prompt is generic. Like I didn't describe the person correctly. Because this is definitely not my hair. This is more of a Superman hair. The tool of your choice. I prefer Copilot, but not all of you have the license. So it's your call. Okay. So the time for the activity is over. Yeah. You can try you can carry on trying the code, and whenever you get a result, it means you can paste it here on the chat window. Most of the code, the code share should be, you should write it exactly the same. Yeah, which means case sensitive. Should be like this: 2 capital K, 9 Q, Q and E capital, and then small a at the end. All the letters are capital except the A at the end. Otherwise, you will not land here. Brilliant. We got some results here from Sarah. Nice, Sarah. Yeah. IT head section and all the titles that it wants, that she wants, and brilliant. And then we have that's done. And then we have Ankit. Yeah, nice. Nice. Thanks for trying. Right. So later on, you can modify, instead of Disney style card, you can use a different other character type. Salah, which tool are you using for this? And we will tell you how to fix it. But the time for this activity is over. Let's move on. Now, before we delve into any, let me get your chat window right here so I would know what you're saying. All right, before we delve into any persona, these are 10 things that you need to try first. All right, which is generic for everyone, for every persona. You can easily recap the meeting, all right, using Copilot in Microsoft Teams. All right. You can go like draft an email with notes and action items from this meeting, and then you can refer to the meeting. Let me show you a quick demo here. I don't know if you tried it before or not, but here is Copilot. I'm going to open it in new window, so you would not see the rest of the Teams details, but this is basically Copilot in Teams, okay? This is my Teams. This is Copilot in Teams. All I did is right-click, open a new window. All right, and there we go. So this is my Copilot. This panel here shows the history. I'm just going to close it. And all I need to do is to draft an email with notes and action items from, and then I can refer to the meeting with notes and action items, and then I can refer to the meeting. I know that it's very tiny, you can't see very well, but I'm trying to enlarge it, right? In order to refer to my meeting, I will click on add content, or I would click on /. It's the same, all right? And then I can mention the meeting that I want to refer to, all right? So I'll just pick the webinars, the webinar that we've done yesterday as my demonstration meeting, all right? And then I will send this to Copilot, and let's see how Copilot will generate the result for us. So anyone can recap any meetings because Copilot can help you before the meeting, preparing the agenda, during the meeting, ask questions of what you missed in the meeting, and then after the meeting to prepare minutes of meetings and action items and so on. There you go. I got my recap. Dear, that's the email beginning, and then webinar summary, key points discussed, all right, action items, and even sign for me, all right? So is that part. This is a recap for the meeting. And then summarizing an email in an email thread. We have all been there where there is a very long thread and then we're not sure. And that was like months back, and I don't remember who said what exactly. So in that case, if this is your email and that's the thread that you want to summarize, you can simply click on Summary by Copilot. And then you click on Summary by Copilot. Copilot will summarize the whole thread for you. It doesn't matter how long was the thread. And that's the summary of the whole thread. So you would remember who said what exactly and when. All right. That was a quick one. And of course, drafting emails with a personalized tone. And if you attended any of my Moza, are you talking about what to maximize? I didn't get the note you mentioned. So drafting email, that's again anything you do in ChatGPT, basically you can still do here. So you don't need to go to ChatGPT draft an email over there. In Outlook, well, it's way easier now because you have your AI capabilities right here. You can click on draft with Copilot. You can click here and click draft with Copilot. You can type / and start drafting. Well, sorry, I kept saying drift. Drafting with Copilot. There you go. Invite everyone for today's webinar. There you go. Of course, you need to add some context so Copilot would understand what are you trying to do. Here is the invitation. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer, you can change the tone, all right? You can make it direct, casual, and you can even make it a poem, all right? So it's up to you. How do you want it? How do you want your email to sound? Of course, you're not going to make a poem, but then you're going to change the tone and make it, for instance, direct, all right? There you go. So writing an email becomes very easy with Copilot. And then summarizing a document, that's the easiest of them all to Copilot because in Copilot, you can, as we said, add content, and that content could be files, and those files could be Microsoft 365 files. You see PowerPoint, Excel, Loop components, OneNote, and PDF. All right. So it could be any of these. And if the document you're trying to refer to is not here, feel free to upload it. Yeah. So you can click on upload and upload the document that you want to summarize and carry on summarizing by writing a prompt for your Copilot to summarize. Now, tell me about a topic or a project, okay? That's again, that's the easiest that you should try. So if I go for a new chat window in here, and then I go like summarize everything I have with regard to Qatar Vision 2030, right? Despite the typos that I made intentionally, Copilot will still understand and it will get me the details. One time I wrote this and by mistake, instead of 2030, I wrote 2025 and still it understood and it got me only the 2030 related documents related to this. So these are key documents found. We have this one, digital agenda, and some emails. You see, it's categorized. Some emails, correspondence. All right, I have some chat conversations. So summarizing a document, easy. Retrieving information is even easier. I want to say one thing. Stop searching for anything. Let Copilot search and fetch the information for you, right? Then give me some ideas, like any other chat, like any other Gen AI, it can easily suggest, let's say, 10 compelling tagline based on a certain file. So maybe you have your service description or product description in a file, attach that file to Word, and then or Teams, and then Copilot will generate ideas or help you with the context of your organization. Thank you, Muhammad, for sharing the photo. Brilliant Copilot starter kit. You went with a guitar and reading and music as well. Data analyst. We have some common interest, Muhammad. Yeah. Maybe we should meet and greet. So that's some ideas. Here if you want to draft something, Copilot will help you with drafting whatever you want. With Copilot, you will never write the first draft again. Copilot will do it for you, right? So generate 3 ways to say blah, 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 or yada, yada, yada. And then you explain what you want, and then Copilot will do that for you. So in the meeting, you joined the meeting late, my famous example. You joined the meeting late, you open up Copilot. Here, I open Copilot, and then I ask Copilot to, let's say, recap this meeting. All right. So recap this meeting. And then Copilot will do a recap for me. It's generating responses, and it goes like, okay, introduction and poll, and then some license generative AI. We talked about licenses, and to the rest of it of what we said. All right. But then I'm interested in what Moza summarize what Moza asked about. All right. So I can mention someone, I can refer to someone, all right, forward slash and so on. But then here you go. This is the summary of what Moza mentioned, right? There was inquired about the link to join the poll, and there is a reference to the actual conversation, okay? And then technical issue with co-chair, activity detail, and so on. So you can join late and then ask Copilot, did anyone mention me anyhow? Did anyone bring my name before I come? Any task assigned to me while I'm not here? And so on. So what did this person say about this topic? That's possible as well. And then fill the person name and fill the topic name, all right? Number 9 in Excel, how do I? You want to sum values, you want to generate formulas, it can easily do it for you. So in fact, anything that an end user can do, most of the things that end users can do, Copilot can do as well. So let me switch the accounts here so I can get my demo data. There we go. You have your Copilot opening up. The document is opening up. Yeah, right. And this is the Copilot panel. If you have the license, if you get the license, feel free to explore the options that appear here. All right, from creating formulas to understanding and all of that. And then let's say okay, let's say create a graph to compare between between and check this out. I don't need to talk Excel. I don't need to go like B1, D2. No. Talk with the column names to compare between the different, all right, campaigns revenue, all right, revenue, all right, revenue, all right. So that's my prompt. Let me zoom in. That's my prompt. Create a graph to compare between the different campaigns revenue. Let's see if it will understand my prompt. If you face any problem, it means you need to rework your prompt. And there we go. I got my graph. All right. That's the revenue of every campaign. And now the thing is, I should create a pivot table for me in order to create this graph. But with Copilot, you click on add new to a new sheet, and voila, you got the pivot table, you got the chart. All right, as simple as that. On top of this, you can run advanced analysis with Copilot. All of those charts and details was created by Copilot in my previous sessions, right? In fact, this dashboard is created by Copilot in my previous sessions, the pivot tables and the charts, all right? So these are the basic things that you need to know and try before you delve into details of persona and so on. Lastly, translating a message. We also have some Arabic content that we want to read and translate in English and vice versa. All right. Let me say it this way. It depends on the prompt. So if you write an Arabic prompt, you get an Arabic content. If you write an English prompt, even if the content is in English, you still get an English content. So for instance, if I add content and then I go to a file, and on this file, I will choose, let's say, AI training demo, and then I go like, summarize this, right? I'm still adding this one, no need. We're done with this. What am I typing? Summarize. Summarize this, and I'm gonna send it to Copilot. I got my result, right? And then if I try again and mention the same document again and the files, I will go for AI training demo. And then in Arabic, I will go like لخص, all right? حتى البرومpt ملخص. And there you go. I got my results in Arabic. So my point is translation is very easy, like any other generative AI. You just need to write a proper prompt in the language that you want, or maybe in English, write the prompt, but then be specific. Mention create a summary in Arabic. Okay, then it would be created in Arabic. So these were 10 things for you to try before diving into persona details. And these are prompts basically for you to try. And we're going to leave you with a prompt library in the chat window here. I'm going to add this website here. All right, aka.ms/prompts. And basically it's this one on the screen, if you can see it. Let me give you one tip, because sometimes you're attending online webinars, the trainer throws a link, and then 2 seconds he goes to the next slide. You didn't get a chance to write the whole link. What you can do is you can go to your favorite tool, and but by that I mean snipping tool. Yeah, and then you can snip the screen. You see, when you snip the screen, I'm not saying take a screenshot. No. What I'm saying is after you snip the screen, a snipping tool has AI capability now, OCR to be more specific. So when you click on OCR, it will analyze the image and then allow you to copy the text. You see, and then you can keep it somewhere or use it immediately. Did anyone say anything on the chat? Yep. Where's my chat? There we go. All right, some people are interested. These options will work if we are recording the session. I assume you're talking about Copilot in meetings, Sharafat. I was on a different interface. I didn't capture the question on time. So if you can elaborate on Teams, on Teams you have to enable. Okay, you have to enable transcription. Now in our meeting, why is it working? Because the transcription is captured. You see, if you go to more, this is a bit tiny. Let me zoom in. All right. If I go to more, record and transcribe, there is transcription. So this transcription should be enabled for Copilot to work. Copilot doesn't care about the recording, it cares about the transcription. And if I click on show transcription, basically Copilot is capturing everything I say. Yeah. And once you start the transcription, transcribing, I mean, the meeting, you need to choose a language. Copilot will ask you which language you want. And you have to stick to that language. You see, so far it's doing great. So far it's doing great. You see, it's capturing the content because I specified English and I'm speaking in English. But the minute I start throwing some Arabic keywords like Khali Wali, you know what I mean? Copilot will not get it. You see, it wrote Khalil and then Bali. So try to stick to one language. Don't mix, okay? Don't say I'm gonna use Arabic and then within the Arabic you speak in English. Copilot will not capture that. You can't mix on the. That's the only downside about it. But yes, once you capture the transcription, then you can refer to the meeting. All right. So the scenarios that we will explore, basically they have different effort level. Okay, so this slide walks you through the different effort levels. When you see the effort level, you know what to do. So 1 means that's your first step into Copilot, all right, which means you can try mainly Copilot chat and it would do it. Effort 2, that means there is a license to be bought here. You cannot try it for free, all right? Because the Copilot chat appears even if you go to office.com, if you go to the browser and your Bing browser, Edge, I mean, and type office.com, access your Microsoft 365, you will find Copilot over there. That's the free version. That's the Copilot chat. So that's effort level 1. Effort level 2, you need to buy the license. Effort number 3 now, the activity is either role-based, where you need an agent to be designed, SharePoint agent, you would use Copilot Studio and Agent Builder. This will be a scenario tailored to your data system, and it can include features which is not available off shelf in Copilot. Effort number 4, you're gonna need to build an application, to build an agent, okay, to achieve that scenario. And building an agent is not a tough job. You will use either of these. You will either use Copilot Studio, yeah, or you will use AI Studio. The new name is Azure AI Foundry. And if I got time, I will walk you through both of them if you're interested. So if you're interested in knowing more about Copilot Studio and extending Copilot and AI Foundry, type in the chat so I would know that you're interested. Right, moving on. Yeah. All right, all right. Thanks, Shadi. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Sharafat, Salah. Thank you all. IT, my dear IT fellows. All right, so we're gonna try to meet your KPI or help managers design KPI. The use cases you see is a role base. It's not a typical thing. We have different roles in IT, but that's just to simulate the different apps that you would need to use in a typical day in a life of an IT person, right? So we have different roles, right? From network engineer to support. We have success specialist, product manager, security, and we have different roles. So we can't really demo all of them. But then there are certain things that can impact IT KPIs, and that's what we want to focus on, like ticket resolution time, application downtime, IT outsourcing. And actually, on this deck that I will share with you, um, Copilot, I hope your security policy allows me to share this deck with you. Copilot will help in every one of these. So for instance, later on when you get this deck, because you will dig deeper, you will see, for instance, Copilot can help reducing the workload of IT staff by general IT prompts, and then you will see create a project plan, and then you will see evaluate. So these are different scenarios for you to explore. So if I click on general IT prompts, you will land here where this one scenario level is 1 starter. Okay, these things that everyone can try. All right, so maybe you want to research. So here is a sample prompt for you. Yeah, I want to learn more about how to implement a certain tool, a certain service, and then it would you would provide some context with guidelines on how to implement best practices to set it up, how to get leader buy-in in order to acquire the license, purchase it, and so on. Creating documentation is very easy. What about HR, Moza? What about them? HR can do the same. HR can, I'll walk you through HR. Just allow me a second. So creating documentation, whether for your products or for your codes, yeah, if you're writing code, can be easily even translated and so on. So take a look at this. Create a 2-page document detailing the architecture of a certain system in a non-technical language, and be sure to incorporate key features, technologies, and a process diagram in Copilot chat. You see? So for instance, let's try this one. Let's try this one. I'm interested in trying whether it will actually create a diagram. I have never asked it to create. No, not this one. This one. All right. I'm interested in see whether it will do the process diagram or not. This is interesting. I never tried it. Let's take a look together. Let's try it together. New chats. Here we go. That's the prompt. All right. 2-page document detailing non-technical rights and technology and so on. That's a sample prompt. Get rid of this. Create a 2-page. Okay. The system is going to be. Okay. Let me add anything. VP. Okay, technical overview. I have a technical overview about VPN. It's a dummy data. So that's my system. And this is what we call Copilot chat. Let's send this one. I'm gonna put it in real test now. So that's the process diagram. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right, interesting. More than enough in a chat window. All right, moving on. So yeah, and then user training. You can create training outlines, and you can then use PowerPoint in order to, let's say, in order to design those outlines. Yeah. So tomorrow, let's say you have this system that you generated. This is this technical evaluation or technical overview, which is avoiding technical terms. I'm gonna copy that, come to Copilot here, and say create a training outline around the following. And then using prompt engineering techniques, I can press Shift and Enter in order to create a section. And we create sections by hyphens or hashtags, 3 hashtags. This separates your prompt, the data, the primary data that the Copilot will work on from the request and the supporting data and all that. And then I'm going to paste my information here. But remember this, all right? I'm exceeding now 2,000 characters, and that's the limit in every prompt. My prompt has 4,000 limit. So what I can do as a workaround is I'm going to paste the content here because we say 2 pages and we got all the pages that we need. There you go. This is the document that I want. I'm going to select it all. Control A, select everything. And at the end here, there will be a Copilot icon. You see it? So I'm going to click on the Copilot icon and now request something, right? A prompt. Now generate a training outline from the selected text. And then some context, duration, maybe 1 day training. All right, let's go, generate. So you want to train your employees on or your end users on systems and so on. You want to have a structured approach. You can use Copilot to do it. All right, so training outline and so on. And then I got the training outline, but I forgot to mention one thing, which I would write another prompt to follow. I would say this training is targeting end users, right? So Copilot would understand to simplify the language and the content and so on, yeah? So there you go. Introduction to VPNs, key features of VPN client installation for the end user, risk and mitigation. I'm satisfied with this result. I'm going to click on keep it, okay? So I kept my result. Now I can get rid of the content that I don't want. Selected something else by mistake. There we go. Conclusion. I don't want all of these. There we go. My training outline is ready. Now I can save this document to refer to it later in, let's say, another document or another Copilot. So it must be saved in OneDrive for Copilot to see it. I hope you know that. Copilot only interacts with files in OneDrive and SharePoint. All right. Of course, it will take a bit of time to digest and understands then the file. So we will try it. If it doesn't see it yet, we will carry on with another file. This is PowerPoint. I've designed the training outline. Now it's time to prepare the actual content for the training. So I'm going to click on here, create a presentation, and I'll try to reference my file by clicking on reference a file. And then it was called, what did I call it? VPN training demo, something, anything. I can type VPN, and if Copilot digested the file, it will bring it here. Okay. And if it doesn't see it, as we said, yet it will see it in a while. But for now, for the sake of the demo, assuming this is the content that we created, which is the original content, the VPN technical overview, we will use it to create a training content, not outline, content for the end users, right? Generate, and there you go, it would generate it for us. And if I have a template, of course, I will open up the template first and then run my command, run my prompt, and the new slides will be generated based on the prompt on the template. There you go. That's the outline, introduction, advantage, and all of that. I'm satisfied. I click on generate slides. Now Copilot will create the slide content, starting with the titles, the text of the slide, the images, and it will animate the slides as well. And on top of this, it will add presenter notes. So you will see some notes here in every slide. Copilot will help you what to say in every slide. Let's check the chat. Okay, Shadi, if we have a Word document with bad formatting, can Copilot help to reformat it in a proper way? The answer is yes. And meanwhile, until PowerPoint, it's done. Okay, so I'm gonna click on keep it. All right, I'm keeping it, and then here we go. That's the title slide. It's VBNC. The images they suit the topic. All right, there we go. And on every slide, as we mentioned, there is presenter notes here, right? And it tells you from the document, what section, from the original document, the area that it summarized and created this presentation from. And there we go. If I preview it, it's animated. You're good to go. And on the presenter view that you don't see, you see the end user view. But on the presenter view, that's what I see. I see this slide, next slide, and then I see the notes. This presentation aims to educate end users on the essentials and do the rest of it. So, user training, checked. Code review, very easy. Coding is just another language. So, us software engineers, we write code and then we do something called peer review. We pass our code to our colleague to take a look at it with fresh eyes to tell us if there is some performance issues. We need to optimize the code and so on. But now I just pass it to Copilot and it will do the code review for me. All right. And I can even write PowerShell codes with it. Provide an example of PowerShell scripts that takes daily snapshots, backups of Azure storage, volumes organized logically, and remove snapshots older than 30 days for compliance. So even an end user can do this now because he can achieve something with PowerShell by writing the code. But of course, the end user would not know how to edit the code, but you would. Sharafat, this option will work for PDF. Which option you're talking about? I was under user training, I assume. Then the answer is yes. So you would attach a PDF, yeah, in a PowerPoint or and it would work. Let me demo it quick, Sharafat. I'm here. In PowerPoint, I opened Copilot panel. There you go. I would go like create, let's say, slides or create, let's say, presentation from. And then I would mention the file that I want. I hope I have PDF files here. Social media, HR, Copilot, Microsoft Copilot Arabic version. Yeah, why not? Let's challenge it. Okay, with Arabic version, fine. There you go. So create a presentation from, and I mentioned a PDF. All right. So, okay. So now it's combining, and now it's telling me that by doing this, it will replace my slides here. Okay. So I'm gonna click on yes, please replace all you want. Right. The file will be like this. Please don't show that. For a reason, it couldn't do it now. You may be able to fix this error by uploading the file to SharePoint. So it can't see it for a reason. It indexed the file, but now it cannot access it. But I've tried it before and it works fine. Trust me on that. On the PDF part, right? Now, IT inventory management, all right? So you can outline the key information needed for IT asset inventory systems, and you can try this part. So that's been said, this was the starter level. These are some prompts anyone can try. And this slide here tells you the KPI impact, IT management cost, and application downtime. Remember the KPIs we were trying to meet on the first slide. And then the value benefit, of course, revenue growth, employee experience gets increased. Like if you know how to write scripts and and so on. But then we have another scenario where you need to create a project plan. Scenario difficulty level is 5. All right, which means yes, you can do summarization, and we have tried this. Sorry, you can do summarization. We have tried this. Yeah, outline, project name, and so on. But then you can go to the plan. So you want to summarize a certain meeting and list the action items. And we have tried this. I have demoed this to you. One more thing, you can brainstorm risks with Copilot. So let me demo this one to you because you have not seen it before. Are you aware of Microsoft Whiteboard? If yes, type yes on the chat window. If no, type no on the chat window. Meanwhile, I'll prepare my demo. Have you tried Microsoft Whiteboard? Usually trainers use Whiteboard. How to brainstorm risks? Yeah, I'll tell you what they mean by that. What they mean is on you want to go to Whiteboard. And the idea, I'll explain Whiteboard to you and then generalize the learning. You can use it for any process that you want to visualize. Okay. Okay, that's a new whiteboard. The idea here is to visualize a process. So once you start a whiteboard, you can click on suggest from Copilot and then ask for a certain suggestion. So you see here it says suggest ways to optimize my website for organic search without using social media. Maybe we try this one. Okay, so that's the prompt. The minute I send this prompt to Copilot, Copilot will create the activities required for me to optimize my website. And I think these 6 activities are not enough. So I can click on generate more in order to generate more activities. So I would have a big team. So I would assign people those 12 activities. If you're satisfied with the activities here, you can click on insert to insert them or delete some of them. I'm going to insert those activities. It looks nice, but it's not a process. It's not clear to me. The next step will be clicking on categorize in order to color code them, put them in certain phases. All right, there we go. And all of that has been done by Copilot. If you like this version, you can click on keep it. If you don't like, feel free to regenerate it. So I'm gonna keep it because I want this visualize the process helps me brainstorm with the team. All right. And now to brainstorm with the team, I would need to explain this to the team. So I would right click in here and click on summarize. Once I click on summarize, a summary will be generated by Copilot. And then I can edit the summary before sharing it with my team. Okay. So here is the summary. It's not clear. Let me zoom in. Here is the summary. Site optimization, some description, content strategy, some description, SEO, and more about mobile and security, and a reference to this whiteboard. This is a Microsoft Loop component that I can immediately share. Yeah, and I can share this whole whiteboard with everyone by clicking share in here. I like this one. I'm going to keep it. I'm good to go. I can modify the content or the summary that was created by Copilot. A second. Yeah, I'm zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. I'm here. Can I modify this? Yes, I can. As Obama said, yes, we can. All right. So brainstorm risk, similarly, mention the project, just be more specific. Mention the project, the challenges, and so on. And then it will list the risks and different phases of tackling it, and you will be able to visualize the process and so on. In Word, revise support procedures. All right. Maybe you want to try this one. revise this draft to sound more professional, and then pass on the document that you want to revise. In PowerPoint, you can create and execute presentations from, and then you mention the file that you actually want. Track progress, well, summarize all communications across teams, chats, and share the latest project activities. That's another prompt for you to try. So this is a sample related to project plans. Okay, and there is more. These are just a tip on the tip of the iceberg. Can we create other types of visualizations in whiteboard with Copilot, like mind map, process of? For now, no. But remember, it's the first draft. So if you don't like these, you can change them. But at least it started giving you that ensuring mobile friendliness is an activity that should be here. You want to modify it, modify it. Yeah, add your own, but add your own icon or your own design. Okay, but this is something to start with. It will always generate those sticky notes. So I was trying to explain this one. So I drafted it with Copilot, but then I changed the icons. Okay, I added icons. I was trying to say, oh, Microsoft Copilot in Microsoft Teams will help me prepare for the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. And in Word, that's a scenario. I can create a social media plan. Use PowerPoint to create a presentation for that social media plan, and then use Copilot in Teams in order to retrieve more information from my emails, chats, conversation about the social media plan, or prepare for a meeting with the team to discuss the plan. And I will leverage the same document. And then I would go to Outlook in order to draft an email to invite everyone for the plan discussion. Okay. And so I've used the draft by Copilot, but then I modified it the way I want to modify it. Hope I answered your question, Shadi. So we will stop here. I will try to share this document with you right away, and we will move to another persona. We spent everything on all the time on IT, but because we got a huge number of voters for IT, all right? Okay, I'm not allowed to share it here, but don't you worry. We always have a workaround. I didn't make those documents. They're available online, so I'll find them and share the link. Okay. So I advise you all to go to Microsoft adoption website. Let me walk you through this one. So, senores, you go to the scenario library where I will be pasting the link for the scenario library in here. There we go. You got it on the chat. And from here, you can explore any scenario, any persona that you want, all right? So for us, we were talking about information technology, right? So you click on information technology within the scenario library, and then you will see download the scenario kit. Okay, you will get the PowerPoint from here. You want to see some videos. There's a lot of things to be done within this website to help you in your adoption plan, right? So IT outsourcing and cost and all of that. Key processes to try and different activities here to try. All right, there you go. And these are your PowerPoints. We discussed the general one, but then there is day in life of IT administrator. If you go to this PowerPoint, you will see different scenarios for IT and explore. All right. IT administrators. You see, this is different scenarios. Now we're talking about catching up. Okay, summarize my incidents that have been reported last night from my email and chat messages to get the summary and start planning your day. All right, and then that's 7:30. 8 a.m. Assist during a meeting. Tell me if there are any unanswered questions and make some suggestions for questions that should be asked. Why not? 9, I'm on Word. I'm creating a paragraph on system settings changes from, and then mention the system upgrade documentation that you have. And so on. 4 p.m., another thing to do. So these are different scenarios in here. Okay. For the IT, whether you were IT administrator or a project manager, right? DITL, which is the day in life of a project manager, and so on. Infrastructure manager, you have different scenarios in here. Okay. Now, finance and marketing and HR, they all have different scenarios where I mentioned on the scenario library that I mentioned. Let's take marketing, for instance. All right. Oops. So as we mentioned earlier, we have simple scenarios, like for instance, recapping a meeting, all right? Summarizing email threads, draft email, summarize documents, tell me about a certain project, all of this in Copilot chat. Give me some ideas, all right, to be creative and create social media tags, create social media campaigns, all right? Help me write something or what did they say? Okay, what did this person say? I will try this. Or summarize, let's say, summarize the result of a campaign that you have on an Excel, okay? Or translate messages. And then we have more. We have more scenarios, like, for instance, let me go here. All right, take a look at this. Everything on the starter can be done on Copilot Chat. Moving on. Now, scenario level extend. We did not see this yet in the IT, so let's explore it here. And by extend, we mean Copilot agents. So maybe you want to brainstorm assets. Let's take a look at this. What it says. You can use Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat to brainstorm a list of assets for an upcoming announcements. A list of access. I'm talking about connecting Copilot to different applications and get details from different other applications. Ask Copilot about what assets are currently available, and details will come from a different app. Maybe you have your asset management software away from Copilot, enriched with data from a third-party document repository app using the Copilot agent. To do so, you're going to need to extend Copilot. Now, let me walk you through extending Copilot, because anything under extend, it means use Copilot capability or use extended Copilot, customized Copilot. So let's pause here and take one scenario that you mentioned in the chat that you're interested in, which is the extensibility of Copilot, which begins with Copilot Studio. All right, Copilot Studio. So there we go. Studio dot code. No, I want Studio Copilot. Right, that's what I want. Copilot Studio. Yep, this one. All right. So the website is Copilot Studio. Oh, that's an article, senor. What are you doing to me? What's wrong today with the search engine? Okay, I'm accessing the studio. But for a reason, it's not opening up. IT, it's good that a lot of people here are from IT because we all know that technology fails you when you need it the most. Okay, there is an alternative website that we can access. Okay, hope this one, okay, it works. Brilliant. So I'm gonna share this one. If that one is not working, let me go to the chat and share with you this this website here on the chat. So you go for sign in, and then you're gonna sign in with your account to try the Copilot Studio. Let me say this thing. To extend the capability of Copilot, you have three main options, okay? So the first one is to go to Copilot Studio and write a prompt to create a Copilot agent. You don't need programming knowledge to create an agent. And when we say an agent, we mean a Copilot specialized in a certain thing. Like he can create an HR agent. And then instead of end users asking Copilot, they will ask the HR agent because the HR agent knows from what source it should answer. It's connected to all the HR applications and it has the HR knowledge. Right? So we can create an agent first through the Copilot Studio by prompting it. Okay, it just takes a prompt to create an agent. Secondly, you will go to AI Foundry, and that is. Let me put this here and this here. Secondly, you will go to ai.azer.com. There we go. That's where you can write code. Or if you don't know how to write code, you still can create an agent. But the benefit of AI Foundry is that you're not married to OpenAI. Here, you can create an agent, a Copilot agent, based on multiple models. You can say, okay, I'm going to have GPT-4, I'm going to have DALI for images, I'm going to have Llama, and I want to add DeepSeek capabilities. You can do this on the Azure Foundry or the AI Foundry, all right? You just need to sign in with an account and you're good to go. But and now the third option of customizing Copilot is this account will not work, so I'm going to use my personal account here because I have the service ai.azure. For this one, I need Azure resources. So if you don't have Microsoft Azure account, you will not be able to try the Azure AI Foundry because you need Azure resources to be in place. So I'm gonna use my personal account. Don't see my personal account. Just a second. Let me sign in. Gmail. All right. Here we go. Moving on. Hotmail. Yes. Gmail. No. And I'm good to go. Okay. So first way through the Copilot Studio. Secondly is through and you displayed my Gmail. Come on, man. That's not cool. So let me authenticate. Hope we don't have black belts hackers in here. Anyway, so I'm gonna use this environment. All right, the third technique to extend Copilot is to write code. We have an SDK for .NET developers and so on, so they can write their code. So let's focus here on the Copilot Studio now. It's pretty easy. That's the website. You go here, you go like, I want to create an agent that answers my employees frequently asked questions, whatever, right? And then pass it on to Copilot. Whatever you want, you have to instruct it well, what to answer, what not to answer. If you want to create a financial advisor, all right, well, create a financial advisor, but then instruct it not to answer anything related to, let's say, taxes, okay? So it's suggesting FAQ assistant. Yes, that would do. Why not FAQ assistant? Please go for it. That's a catchy name, and I like it. Now let's refine the instructions for your agent. All right, that's what it says here. Now you see, these are the instructions. It would be English. I can edit language if I want. All right, now what should your agent do? Answer questions related to technology, all right, and get the data from, and then later on I can add my own documents, okay? I can add my own SharePoint library and so on. But for now, I'm gonna try to technology.com. I'm gonna try to pass on a website, our website, for it to fetch the data from. There you go. Your agent is set up and frequently ask question assistance 1, because I guess I demoed this before and we created FAQ. So now I have FAQ 1. All right. Now, if you're satisfied with all of this, maybe go like, maybe just to show you, don't answer questions related to the employees and the PII information. Maybe related to the PII information. But I want to show you one icon here. All right, get the data from here, answer frequent questions, and it will avoid answering questions. Brilliant. So it captured everything. This is the website, confirm it, all right, and then create the agent. You see, we didn't need any coding in order to create this agent. We just prompted it, right? Yes, you can connect your agent with your HRMS or any other application, all right? So this is your agent. It's been created. That's the name. You can change the icon. That's the icon. That's the description. There are certain topics here preloaded, like greetings and so on. But then you can add your own topic and control the flow. And when you add a topic, you get to say when the user says this, go to that topic. So certain messages, so the user would listen to. Like for instance, greeting on this topic is mentioned. Hi, hello, good morning. All of these are greetings, so it knows how to respond. So if you want to guide the experience, you can create your own topics. And on top of this, you can add your own knowledge base. Now we've added the website as a knowledge base. So if I click on add knowledge, it will ask me whether I want a URL, a public website, or a SharePoint website, or maybe from Dataverse databases. Techies would understand me here. SharePoint, you click on SharePoint, you bring the URL or browse, and then you will browse through your different SharePoint libraries and choose the library that has the files that you want to add as knowledge base. All right, leave this one. That was knowledge base. And then the nice thing is that this agent can perform actions. You can click on add action and then ask it what to do. If the user said something, maybe add a new record in an Excel file, maybe create a new document in SharePoint. Maybe you get to add the actions that you want. Maybe you want to write a prompt to instruct the action. So you get to add what you want as actions. So now you don't have language model. Now you're going to have an action model. All right. And then maybe you need triggers. Maybe the triggers are not just the greeting. Maybe to trigger this assistant, a new document will be uploaded to a certain library in SharePoint. You add the trigger, and this flow will work, or this agent will start working and perform actions and so on. All right. Starter prompts and so on. Once you're done, you will publish it. But you need, of course, permissions from IT. So when you publish it, it will be under process until IT admins approves it. But you can test it. So let's test it. If I click on testing here, let me say, let me ask a question. What is the vision? So I need to mention the company? I don't need to, because it's mentioned on the knowledge base. So what's the vision? Right, the vision of technology includes providing services such as AI first customer experience, Microsoft Copilot programs, and digital skilling programs. Brilliant. And then a reference for me to go read more about that question. And I've created a customized agent. All right. And it shows you the flow here. The trigger is from the user, and then create a conversation, and then data sources, and then conditions, and all of this is customizable as well. You see, that was me testing. Okay. All right. Who are the employees of Technology? Right. Let's see what it will do. See, it shows you here where it's jumping from where and so on. All right. Technology values diversity, equality. You see, it didn't mention any personalized information. This is just generic. See, the path is clear. It went this way. It didn't take this path. It took this path. There was a condition, yeah, to check the PII and all that, and then arrived here. So basically, this is it. This is the Copilot Studio. Let's jump to the AI Studio. Now, on the AI Studio, you can create projects, and within the projects, you get to choose what model to deploy. You're not, as I said, you're not married to OpenAI only. Take a look at the different model catalogs that we have here. And under the model catalogs, we will see variety of models based on what do you want to do. Do you want to summarize text? Do you want to generate content? You see, we have DeepSeek, different versions of them. That's the DeepSeek deep research, the reasoning model, okay? O3, all right, chat completion. We have different models in here. See, this is only one page. Second page, there we go. Different models that I can create. So I can create my project based on multiple models, okay? And you can test them and so on. And then you can click on compare models in here because you don't know which model to start with. And then it will ask you, these are the popular tasks. What do you want to do? Do you want text generation? If you choose text generation, it tells you it filters all the models that actually generate text. And then here, it tries to show you the benchmarks. This one is the cost per token, all right? So which one is costly, all right? This one is more costly, GPT-4o, all right? However, quality-wise, it's the best of them all. This one is cheaper, but low quality, Llama 2, all right? So this interface will help you in benchmarks. But then you have playgrounds. Once you deploy a model, you can try your model in the playground. You can chat with the model, you can add system messages, you can add knowledge base to ground the model to certain data to generate the content from, and all can happen in the playground. You can modify the parameters so you can control the generated response. So that's the model that you have. These are all the deployed models that I have. I'm going to choose this one. I have system message here. I can add a certain message and make sure that the model complies to that message, right? And different details within this interface. And on top of this, I can see the flow and I can control the flow. I can create my own flow. Yeah. And you see, so far I don't need any coding to do so. Let me just explore to you this multi-round flow that I already have. How to export the agent? Do you mean from Copilot Studio? Do I still have that? I don't have that. Did I close it? I think I closed it. I think I closed it. So I'll open it again. Just allow me a second. No, not this interface. This one. All right. Let's sign in. And meanwhile, until this one signs in, let's carry on. And I will answer your question, Musab. However, on our AI Foundry, you see, this is the flow of my prompt. Okay, some input, whether I want to include the history or not. I can enhance this part and look up data from different other third-party applications. The prompt generated different variations if I have different branching, okay, until the final output. And if you know how to write Python, then you can modify this and control it. So if you're a coder, you can take this to the next level. Otherwise, you can just use the default ones and you will create your own agent as well. It's just this one requires Azure resources. So if you don't have Azure subscription in the first place, you will not be able to do this. So for an end user, I would advise you stick to the Copilot Studio, but it will basically do the job for you. For most advanced scenarios, we go for AI Studio. If AI Studio is not enough, we go to Visual Studio and then we write our own code. Yeah, and then sky is the limit. So what was the question? Okay, how to export? Okay, you have different certain channels to publish. We're not exporting anything here. We're publishing. So you have certain channels to publish this one. Okay, this agent, and these are the channels. You can publish the agent to one of these channels. Please, Mr. Studio, let's wrap up. Let me refresh. So do you have any question for me? Yes, you can create a scheduled message and all those actions because you can combine things together. Even if Copilot cannot do it, what you can do, you can create a workflow using Microsoft Automate, and then Copilot will run that workflow. So it's always possible. It's just how you're going to structure it. Right? So Copilot Studio is acting up on me for a reason. Doesn't want me to carry on this demo. So meanwhile, I'll jump to my workaround to speed up things, and that would be Copilot Studio publishing channels. All right. We're gonna do a quick search, and then now when we said search, it arrived back. Okay. So agents and I want my agents. I want this one. Let it work. Channels. There we go. We got it. Okay, so you can publish your agent to one of these. Okay, Microsoft 365 app. So when you have your Copilot in here, and you go to this panel, okay. Sorry for the Arabic. That was from a previous training. Okay, so here you will have your agents. So when you click on get an agent, you will get the approved agents and add them here. And they appear as well as an app. When you click here to add an app, okay, you will add those agents. So not here, I mean, sorry, I mean here. When you click on add an app on Teams, you will see the published agents in here, right? So a demo website from Microsoft or your own website. So you can publish it as an internal facing agent for your internal employees or an external agent for your customers and clients and so on. Mobile app, Facebook, Skype, whatever, Telegram, any of these. Okay. So these are the publishing channels only, right? Give please your contact details. Moza, what I can do is I'll share with you my LinkedIn. Connect with me and we'll take it from there. Okay. Here is my LinkedIn account. I shared it on the chat, but I think you can't access the chat. So I'm going to put it up here. Actually, just go to mine directly. That's me on LinkedIn. And that's me on YouTube. And as I promised you, if you have any question after the session, I will be more than happy to help and assist. All right, and that's my YouTube channel. So feel free to subscribe. All right, there you go. Yes, there are some resources and use cases, and those are on the Adoption Hub link that I shared, scenario library. Let me reshare that again. Here, this is this one. Okay, let me extract this one, put it down here, and bring the scenario library in here. That's the website you want, okay? The Microsoft Scenario Library. You have all the other personas in here: accessibility, communication, customer service, education, energy and resources, finance. And within every one of them, we have role based, okay, within these industry, all in this website, the scenario library. All right. Do you have any other question for me? Just for your knowledge, the recording of this webinar will be shared with you in an email right after the session, right? So if you don't have any question, we can conclude. I'm just gonna say for let's say 10 minutes in case you have any question, right? If you don't have any question, I have some questions for you. And these questions are related to your feedback, and we want to give you a digital badge that proves that you've attended this course, all right? So this digital badge is claimable through Microsoft Learn. So let me share with you the badge, and then I will ask you to share with us your feedback, your evaluation for this session, which will help us enhance and improve our future sessions as well. Um, so bear with me. I'm getting my gears up. First of all, the certificate. To get a digital certificate, it's going to be with a different title, but it's going to look like this, okay? You're going to need to create a profile in Microsoft Learn, first of all. Once you sign into the profile, from profile, you will go to achievements and then redeem your code and add this code, all right? Or I'll share with you a link that takes you to redeem the code directly. But if you click on the link for the first time and you don't have a profile in Microsoft Learn, it will guide you into creating a Learn profile first. Once you do that, if you click again on the link, or sometimes it will immediately redeem the code for you. So the link will be on the chat window, okay? Here is the link to redeem your digital badge. All right. So I will allow some time for you to redeem your digital badge. And then after redeeming your digital badge, you're gonna share with us your feedback. All right. The trainer name is Ayman Al Khalifa. Hear me out. I write my name with AI. So feel free to call me AI man or Ayman. That's really up to you. Back to the retrieval. Once you get the certificate retrieved, you can click on this icon to print the certificate. You can click on this icon to share the certificate. And if you're sharing it on LinkedIn, don't forget to tag me. But if you click on the link of the certificate, it will take you to the training course of the personas, okay? So please take a look at the different personas provided by Microsoft, different scenarios, all right? And share with us your feedback. So please um, redeem your certificate and then access the link that I will share now on the chat window for the feedback form. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you found it informative and the information shared here is useful. I want to thank you all for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed my flight and hope to see you in future sessions. And please do connect, reach out. Let's take the discussion further. What we did here is just getting you started. The rest is on you to carry on, proceed on learning, all right? And we are there for you. We do not walk away when the training ends. We're there for you to support you and help you in your future endeavors. I wish you all the best. If you completed the redemption of the certificate and the evaluation form, feel free to leave the session. I wish you all the best. Goodbye and salam alaikum. Sarah, the code should work. You just need to add. You just need to have it capital case. I mean, type it in capital. It's case sensitive. Moza, something went wrong. Are you able to redeem, or you have any problem? Let me know. Let me know. I'm still here. I didn't go. Then if you redeem the code, خلاص, it will appear on your profile. Then you don't need to redeem it again. So when you clicked it the first time, it redeemed it for you. And in order to see it, you will go to learn. You will go to learn.microsoft.com. Click on the icon of your profile. All right, click here on the icon of your profile, and then click on profile. And then from profile, if you click on achievements, here, achievements, and if you're using a phone layout, of course, this will be a bit tiny. So there will be a drop-down list like this, okay, for you to choose achievements. If you're using from activity, switch to achievement. If you're using the web browser, just click immediately on achievements and click on courses. After achievements, courses. And you will arrive at the course. If you click on the link, this takes you to the training course. You see, that's the training course. Feel free to explore more from here. But if you want to print the certificate, you click on it, and then it would print the certificate for you. The link to redeem the code? All right, right away. Here is the link to redeem the certificate. Yes, go to the achievement code, you will find it. It worked. So cancel this interface and go to courses on the interface behind it, and you will see the badge. You put the code here. If you click on achievements, click on redeem your code and add the code here. Again, achievements, and then redeem your code. Oh, it means it's the same. If you've attended with us another webinar or a course where we shared the same certificate. That's why, Sarah. Yes, it is, Sarah. So you're good to go. You're good to go. Thank you so much for joining, Sarah. Have a good one. So please do the evaluation as well. And if you completed both of them, feel free to drop from the session. What's on the link? What's on the link, Moza? All right. If you don't have any question, feel free to drop out. So the meeting would be concluded, and the recording would be saved. So thank you all again for allowing me this time to present to you. I wish you all the best. Assalamu alaikum.